Hi, and welcome to Coleman Tarot. My name is A.T. Coleman, and this is going to be your reading for the month of June. You may have noticed, if you're a regular subscriber, that I did not have any readings for May. I was very sick and almost died again, and if you know anything about my book, then you'll know what that means. I'm doing better. I'm doing much better, and I'm still having tests and stuff like that done, and I just want to say, for anyone out there who's going through the same thing as me, people get sick. It's the sort of thing that a lot of people see it as an inconvenience or something that's scary, but really it's an opportunity for you to learn and to grow and to change and to appreciate life and appreciate what you have, which I certainly do. And sometimes it's just a reminder of what you have, okay? So for myself, I'm not really seeing it as a scary thing. I'm seeing it more as just something that it's an opportunity for me to see what I can learn from this experience, okay? So I did not forget the contest. I just couldn't do the videos. So Linda Cloud is the winner of the contest. So this little guy will be coming, this little dire wolf will be coming to visit you. My email is in the description, so you can email me if you are Linda Cloud, and I will send this little guy off to you, okay? So this is the Game of Thrones reading, and here we go. Okay, Pisces, here we go. A little bit so you can see the cards. Okay, here we go. I hope you guys are having a great month. And one more time, I just really want to shuffle these because they're new still, so they still get stuck together. I'm not really using them for anything else except for these monthly ones, because I know it's going to be that one. Because I don't want them to get wrecked or anything. Okay, here we go. First, you have the Six of Swords in reverse. Then you have the Six of Spears. Then you have Temperance. Then you have the Page of Coins in reverse. Then you have the Seven of Coins. Then you have the Three of Swords. Your obstacle is going to be the Judgment. And your outcome is going to be the Knight of Swords. Okay, and this is what's going to be hidden from you right here. All right, so you're starting off the month with the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Swords is about taking your experience and taking the painful things that you've had in the past and moving on to a new place. Moving on and saying, okay, I've learned what I need to learn. Now I'm going to go to another place and try to learn something new. And this is upside down. So this is saying that you really need to move on, but you're not doing it yet. Okay? You need to take that boat and move on down the river. And so far you're not doing it. You're still stuck in this place, and you're still allowing these swords to anchor you and to stop you from moving. Okay? These swords are these painful experiences from the past are stopping you from moving on to your next port of call, okay? Let's see if my head's still in there a little bit. There we go. Okay. The other card that you have, the next card that you have, is the Six of Spears. And this is great because this is saying that you're having recognition where people see you and they say, oh, you're doing a really good job, and they recognize you and they say, good for you, good for you. Okay, this is people cheering you on. All right? And I don't know how this pertains to this one yet, with the not moving on and the not moving to smoother waters yet, but we'll see what the other cards say. Okay, over here you have Temperance, and that's great to see because that means that you're working hard and you are just making sure that I'm recording, because sometimes I record the video and not the audio. Okay, so this says that you are working really hard. Now, Sam is a hard worker, and he is, usually people don't recognize him for what he does. They just say, oh, you're not a very good warrior, and so you're not really worth a lot in our eyes. But he actually does do a lot of work because he's the smart one who is behind the scenes doing all this reading. And then occasionally they'll say, oh, what do we do about this? And he'll say, well, historically, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, okay, great. Let's go do some action now with our swords. But they don't really appreciate him for all the hard work that he puts in. They don't really appreciate him for what he is. They just see what he is on the surface. And they say, you're not a good fighter, so therefore you don't have a lot of value. But he actually does, because he puts in the hard work. And it's great to see that you're finally getting recognition for something that you've been putting in the work on, okay? You've been putting in the work on something, and finally somebody says, hey, good job. And you think, that was great. But over here we have the Page of Coins in reverse. The Page of Coins is good news money-wise, okay? And you have this in reverse, All right. So what that means is you've got the recognition for something and people are saying, good job, but you're saying, well, like, where's the extra pay, or where's the extra money from that? Why am I not getting paid for that? Okay, I did something great, but I'm not really getting paid for that. And I think that's why you have this here, the Three of Swords. Okay, I think that could be part of the reason that you're saying, look, I worked really hard, and yeah, you noticed that I worked hard, but you didn't give me what I deserve for that. You didn't give me what the money, or you didn't give me the position. Okay, you might have said good job, but you didn't give me the promotion, or you said, as a partner, thanks for doing these things, but you didn't give me the trust. You didn't give me the thing that I was looking for. All right. Now over here you have the Seven of Coins, and this is about growing something, growing your money, growing trust, growing in a position. So this is telling me that even though you're disappointed that you didn't get the money news that you wanted, it might be just delayed, okay? It might be that it is coming, but it just hasn't arrived yet. And that might be also why you have this boat that's not moving forward. So maybe you're doing a good job and people are recognizing that, but you haven't gotten the money. And you say, look, I don't want to leave this port until I get some kind of like more money, more trust, more move farther in the relationship or something like that. It is going to be coming. I think it is going to be coming because you have this stuff that's growing behind the scenes. So if you have a relationship where you say to somebody, like, I've really been nice to you and I've really been doing these things, how come you're not reciprocating? How come you're not getting closer to me and you're still kind of pushing me away a little bit? It is growing, but it's growing behind the scenes, okay? Maybe the trust is growing. Maybe the money is growing. Maybe your boss is just trying to get together the budget to be able to give you a bonus or a promotion, or maybe they're thinking in the back of their mind, they do a really good job. Maybe I'm going to create this position for them, or maybe I'm going to give them more responsibility and then see where that goes and then give them more money. So if you're saying to yourself, I didn't get the good news money-wise that I wanted, or I didn't get the good news that I wanted, it is coming. It's just behind the scenes, so you don't see it yet, okay? Your obstacle this month is judgment, okay? Judgment. This is not other people judging you, because you have this thing where people are saying, hey, good job, and you're doing great, okay? And they also, you're working really hard. I think that they see that. I think that the judgment is about you judging others and saying, why are you not giving me this stuff? Why are you not giving me the trust in the relationship? Why are you not moving the relationship forward? Why are you not asking me to marry you? Or why are you not, stopping dating other people and just start dating me? Why are you not giving me the stuff that I deserve, that I worked really hard for? And I think that's a judgment that you need to reserve. I think you need to not jump on that. Don't, because you have this stuff growing behind the scenes, and I think that maybe you're allowing it to cut you too deeply. And it might have to do with your past, because you've got this thing with the 6 swords, and then you've got the 3 over here. All right. I think, and 9 swords, if you have the 6 and the 9 together, it's fear and doubt. So I really feel like this is a psychological thing. I really feel like your obstacle being judgment is because you're a little too sensitive. I don't think that the person or the organization or whatever it is actually hurting you. I think that's how you're perceiving it. I think that's your judgment of how they think about you. But I would really be careful with that, because behind the scenes, they are growing. Their opinion of you is growing. You just have to not ruin it by saying, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? I'm just going to give up now because you didn't give me the trust. You didn't give me you didn't move in with me, and you didn't, you didn't, act any differently. How people act and how a business sees you, you don't really know everything on the surface, because you have this stuff growing behind the scenes that you don't know about. Okay? You're cultivating it, but you don't see it growing. When you have a plant and you water it every day, you just think, it's not growing. But if you come back a year later, it's huge, okay? So you don't notice what's going on. You don't notice the growth, okay? So don't just snip the plant in half and say it's not growing, okay? Just, if you feel like you've been slighted, realize that the people's opinions of you is growing behind the scenes, okay? You've been celebrated. They do think that you're doing great, whether that's your relationship or your job. They do think that things are going better than you think that they are. It's just that they're reserving their judgment, and they're not telling you what they think right now. And you just need to stay on the same path, because your outcome is the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Swords is about a hero that comes dashing in and saves the day, and that's in reverse. So I think what this is about, what I'm feeling from all the stuff that's going on here is, especially with the Ten of Spears over here for what's hidden from you, the Knight of Swords is about you being the hero. And they can see you as the hero, or they can see you as somebody that they thought was going to be the hero, but then at the last second freaked out on them because they didn't get what they wanted, okay? So I think this very much could be like this by the end of the month if you just keep your judgment to yourself and you just keep going and keep doing a good job. Just be like Sam, where even if he doesn't get the recognition he deserves, John doesn't say to him every day, hey, you really, did great with telling me about the dragon glass. Thanks for that. You never see that in the show. You never see him saying to Sam, you know what? I really value you as a friend and as an employee or of the Night's Watch, He's not going to say that, but that doesn't mean he doesn't think it, okay? That doesn't mean he doesn't value Sam. I mean, we all know he does. It's just that he doesn't all have to say it, okay? And if Sam said, you know what, John? Screw you. You haven't, you didn't thank me for going and doing this and doing that, and then that would put a damper on this situation, you know what I'm saying? Then they wouldn't be able to fight this guy because they'd be too many hurt feelings. So I'm saying you can be the hero. You are doing a great job. People think you're doing great. Just don't freak out on them for not saying it, because they do have this behind the scenes where they do notice and they do care, and they are gearing up to trust you and to give you this good news money-wise. It's just that it's taking a while. It's behind the scenes, okay? So don't forget, be the hero and don't be this. This is where you could have been the hero, but you didn't, but you aren't. You could have come in and saved the day, but instead you are a little bit too sensitive and you are a little bit too judgmental, okay? Now, the other things that you have hidden from you, I'm going to put this like this. It's supposed to be like this, but I'm going to put it like this because I'm going to trust that you're not going to judge people so harshly and you're going to end up being the hero here, okay? Now, over here, these are the things that are hidden from you. The 10 of Spears. This is working too hard. Now, Sam has a reason to work too hard. He has to save the world, okay? He's got to save Westeros. Sometimes you just have to do the work whether you want to or not. But at the same time, don't let this workload turn you into somebody who snaps up at people, because you could also be hurting their feelings. You could say, I'm working so hard, no one appreciates it, and I'm going to snap at this person, I'm going to snap at my girlfriend, I'm going to snap at my boyfriend, I'm going to snap at my kids because I'm just overworked and overburdened. Please don't do that, because you want to end up being the hero and not somebody who hurts people's feelings, okay? The other one that you have is the 8 of Cups. This is about feeling like something is missing and wanting to go after it, okay? Trying to go out there and go after something. Now, you can't go after it because you've got this boat that's not moving forward, okay? You can't go after it because you are you're waiting to see what happens with the situation, whether it's relationship or work-wise. You're waiting to see what happens. You're waiting to see if you're going to be appreciated, and you are going to be appreciated, okay? You are going to be appreciated. You just need to not necessarily give up on what's happening and move on to something else, okay? Now, the last one you have is the Queen of Spears. This is about being really passionate, being really in charge of your goals, your destiny, because the spears are about passion and desire and ambition and saying, I'm going to really be in charge of this. But also the Queen of Spears is about confidence. Now, one of the main reasons that people freak out and snap at people and judge people is because, or worry about how they're being judged, just because there's a lack of confidence. So I'm really happy to see this card for you, because this is telling me that if you have confidence in what you're doing and you have confidence that people behind the scenes are appreciating you, you have less of a chance of snapping at people. So I'm really happy to see that you're going to have confidence in your work. Okay, great. Now, here is going to be your angel card for the month. So just remember, that's too many cards. I can't give you all these. Just remember that your work is appreciated. Okay, remember that. And remember to have confidence in what you're doing, even if people don't say that you're doing a great job. Have confidence in it, because you will be celebrated. Okay, you will be celebrated. And you even have 3 cards. Okay, so you're even getting extra cards because they just keep coming up. Now, the ones that you're going to get are King of Michael, and this says ambitions and respected. Ambitions respected. It says wisdom and objectivity are important. Stay in your integrity. Okay, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. Honest and open communication. Okay. And that also is about this. You want to be careful that you don't just snap at people and just hurt someone's feelings. And if someone says something to you and it hurts your feelings, you can just be honest and say, did you mean it like this? Because that is making me have hurt feelings, and I just want to make sure and clarify. Be confident enough to say, did you mean it like that? And then they can say, oh, no, I really respect what you're doing, and blah, blah, blah. Right? Now, the next one you have is the Magician, which is great in any situation. Love the Magician. It says, you can manifest the life that you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. Okay, great. What you need is going to magically appear. And the other one that you have is the 10 of Gabriel. Okay, and this says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. And you know you have a huge workload because you have all of these spheres. Ask your angels for helpful people. Okay, working too many hours. Trying too hard to please others. Okay, great, because that has to do with the Judgment card. Working so hard to please others that then later on, if they don't seem to appreciate it, you say, I can't believe you didn't appreciate this. I spent so much time trying to please you, and now you're not pleased. Now I'm upset about it. Now I'm wondering if, if you even appreciate me at all. Okay, ask someone else to help you with the workload because it might be too much for you to do. And also don't forget that people do appreciate it, okay? Because you can see how they're celebrating you and how stuff is growing behind the scenes. Okay, you even get 2 of these fake cards, okay? You even get 2 of these. Now, you got the Green Man, and it says the forces of nature favor you. Excellent, the forces of nature. Just like with Sam and that dragon glass, forces of nature favor him too. Okay, and then the other one you have is Water, and it says emotions are at their peak. Okay, emotions are at their peak because you're working a lot and you're wondering how people feel about you. You've got the Judgment card. You're a little bit sensitive with this thing here. You can easily have your feelings hurt, or you can easily snap and hurt someone else's feelings because the workload is tough. And maybe the workload is tough for others as well. Maybe if somebody snaps at you, just keep in mind they might have a huge workload too, okay? Remember, I want you to have this as an outcome and not this, where you could have been the hero, but then you aren't because you're overworked. Maybe you're also really super tired, and I would like to see you share the workload a little bit and also not to take things so sensitively so you can be the hero, okay? Because the hero swoops in and saves the day. Now, also when it's like this, it could also be saying, don't try to take on so much and don't try to save the world by yourself because you still need help. Even Sam, who is trying to save the world, even Tyrion, who is trying to save the world, they can't do it alone. They still need the Khaleesi, okay? They can't do it. Even the Khaleesi, she can't do it by herself. She needs those dragons, right? No, and then they all need Jon, okay? So you can't do it by yourself. You don't want to face Ramsay Bolton by yourself either. So try to lighten the workload a little bit. Try to have other people help you a little bit and try not to be too sensitive because I think that people really are going to appreciate you this month, okay? So have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.